and the book came up, the idea, and I said, yes, why not? So I come from Mauritius Island, east coast of Africa. I'm a new immigrant to Canada. I landed here in 2018. Just imagine with two pieces of luggage each, and
Wow.
that's it. So we had to. That's why I call my story a new beginning.
A new beginning.
Yeah, presently we know there's about 300,000 to 500,000 new immigrants to the country in Canada. And
Wow.
just imagine how lost they are. I can say they are lost
Yes.
because if you are not a refugee, like your hand is taken and brought to where you need to be. You go to the airport and you are given a stamp, and that's it.
And that's it,
Welcome.
right? Wow.
Welcome. And so
Boom.
that's how we landed in Toronto. Um, we left a beautiful house, 6,000 square foot, beautiful
Wow.
life. And we say why we are here is because we wanted a better future for our daughters. We have two daughters. And we say, why not send them to university in a beautiful country and where they can have larger opportunities, right?
Amazing.
So the family, we say, husband, wife, let's go with them and let's accompany them and towards the journey instead of just sending them alone. And we say, let's sell the house, sell everything, and
Wow.
move here. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's
It's like you
just
guys burned the ship, right? And never look back. Well, Henry, I'm an immigrant kid myself. If nobody's ever said this to you, welcome to Canada.
thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much. It means a lot. It means a lot. And I just swear in as Canadian citizen a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yes,
Congratulations.
and thank you. And we are very
Congratulations.
happy, and the family is very happy.
That is absolutely amazing. Well, we have two other new people that have joined us. Henry, we're going to come back to you as well as everybody else. We've got Judy, and we also have Nancy that's joined us. So, Judy, share with us who you are and why did you choose to share your story?
Thank you. So my name is Judith Tait. I the reason why I wanted to share my story is because it's very much aligned with who I am and the mission that I have for my future. So, in a nutshell, I'm started a police officer. I'm a business coach, and I'm a business owner. So it meant a lot for me to share my story and my experiences with you.
Wow. Everyone tries to take 5-10 minutes. You were so quick. That was like a really good elevator pitch, you guys, don't you think? I don't mean an elevator pitch, but so how long have you been a business coach?
Sorry, I could go on and on and on and on. I just
we are very informal here, right? We're ready, and Annie said, how are you going to do the interview? It's going to be very informal, right?
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll come back to you, okay, Judy? But let's go to who do we have here? We have here we go. Nancy, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Nancy, tell us a little bit about yourself and why did you choose to share your story here?
Well, my name is Nancy, and I chose to be in the book because I thought it was important to share that overcoming hurdles and challenges can be daunting, but it can also be really fun if you approach it in the right attitude. So my chapter is chapter 5, and my chapter is called Changes, Transitions, and Leaps of Faith. And it encompasses my journey up till this point in my life, from all the changes and transitions I've had, both from a personal perspective and a professional perspective, and challenges and changes that happened to me both by choice and some that were just thrown at me out of the blue, and how I overcame them and learned to embrace them and learn from them and grow from them.
Wow. And why do you think that's important to learn?
Because most people, when they hear the word change, it's not something that resonates well with them on a comfort level. A lot of people find that change can be difficult, but if you learn to approach it with the right attitude and think of it as something new and exciting, something that you can create, something that you can evolve, something that will help you and help others along the way, then it tends to have a totally different aspect to it, and it helps people embrace it rather than run away and hide from it.
That's amazing. Thank you. Before we welcome Cheryl, before we get to Cheryl, I'm going to go back to Annie for a minute. Annie, a few of the folks mentioned the F word, and for a minute I thought, okay, as a host, are we allowed to talk about the F word here? Somebody said focus. What was the other word?
Sharna said faith.
Faith. Mm-hmm. And I know you're the financial doctor. Why do you think that's so important for people to get their finances in order?
It's a very good question, Gordon. And even though my chapter is not about a financial education, because that's something that I'm super happy to take, offline with the individual so that we can create something that is their individualized situation and discuss it. But in general, this is what I notice, and this is why I am in this field. Finances tend to be over mystified, even though they are quite simple, actually. And because they are over mystified, people are afraid of them. They're afraid of asking questions. It's never properly taught in school. And so they are flying blind. Now, how are you creating your wealth?
That's another F word.
Right?
That's another F word, right? Flying blind.
Yes. So are you creating your wealth if you're not understanding wealth creation principles, and if you don't know what are the steps that you need to take? And many people think finance, okay, it's just investments, but there's way more to it. There is real estate, there is insurance, there is businesses that allow you to leverage your time, because that's the only commodity that you can never get back. Once it's done, it's done. So how are you ultimately leveraging your time and create more of what you have? And that's the principle that I'm teaching. And I think this is important for people to hear. Now, this is not in this particular book, but whoever wants to meet with me separately, I'm extremely happy to sit down and have a discussion around it. So finances also, because someone else was talking about, through the coaching in terms of mental well-being, there's a lot of fear out there, and there's a lot of uncertainty and anxiety. So if we can take at least one aspect out of it, that can help people to really focus on creating their reality, creating positive vibrations, and sharing it with the world. So I believe that, having a proper financial education can help on a lot of other fronts as well to create a better world for all of us to enjoy.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Annie. Louise Martinez from the Louise Martinez Show just asked, where can people buy a copy of the book? So I'm going to ask Hitika. Hitika, if your friends are watching right now, and before we bring in Dr. Cheryl, Hitika, where can somebody buy a copy of the book today?
Well, people can always go to Amazon and just type Leaders with Impact. In Canada, we are on the #1 category, so please go ahead and get some. Yes. In India, my friends who are watching, I would love your support. All the women here would love your support. So please go ahead on Amazon.in and order it right away. And yes, yeah, that's
Amazon.in, right? Yeah,
Amazon.in.
So many friends over in India, you guys, like India, Sri Lanka, like don't buy a copy, like share, tag your friends, right? Don't spam them, right? Just send them a simple little message, right? Hey, how's it going? Right? And then when they say boo, if they stick up their head and say, by the way, friends of mine, group of us, we're launching a new book. Could you help out our little book and help it to get to bestseller, right? Today, we have a special discount. And if you can just go buy a copy and help us get to bestseller, that'd be absolutely amazing. Awesome. Okay. So let's bring on our new guest. And I'm going to say, welcome, Doc.
Hello there. How is everyone? This is a piping day. This is a hot day.
Yes. So share with us in 60 seconds, who are you and why did you decide to share your story in the book?
So my name is Cheryl Ivanski, and I am a enlightened life learner who's always wanting to grow personally and professionally, because, you know, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. That's one of the quotes in the book. And you know what? I'm just really happy to be able to be one of those people who's open-minded to receive as well as to give. And there's just so much needed. And I think our empowerment comes through how we feel about ourselves and how we feel in the world. So what I'm about is empowering people through their best health.
Wow. Empowering people to the best health?
Yes. So looking at individual people's health and looking at where they are in the scale with however they're feeling, whatever challenges or issues they may have, helping them break through where they are now so that they can live empowered by whatever's in their way or whatever challenges that they have, and having them be vibrantly successful despite them or in face of them. So I have a niche market, which is all about the immune system and diabetes. So I help people live, for instance, a diabetes-free lifestyle.
Wow. Wow. So if somebody has diabetes, is there still a chance for them?
If people have diabetes, is there?
So if somebody has diabetes, can you help them get rid of that, or is it just control?
Well, let's look at how I word this. Living the diabetes-free lifestyle allows people to live with targeted blood sugars 95 to 100% of the time. And it's taken me many decades to be able to create that 4-step proprietary system that works every time like clockwork. So as someone living with diabetes and coming from generations of family with diabetes who have not been so successful, and so many people out there are suffering unnecessary consequences, it's all about let's call ourselves into what's possible, because all we know about is what's not possible. Let's just put that over here, because if we're living the diabetes-free lifestyle, guess what? We have a whole new lease on our future, and we have a whole new lease on life. So I've been living a diabetes-free lifestyle where doctors told me it was impossible, and specialists did too. So now when I'm showing all my results, they have to take blood tests twice and 3 times because they can't believe it. So now I'm amazing change for people, and they can do the same thing.
So you've experienced this yourself.
Yeah.
You've been able to overcome and help other people how to do that. So that's lovely, right? Documentation.
Absolutely. We have a couple thousand cases at this point of successful people being able to do that for themselves and others. So now it's about making this a global effort.
Amazing. Thank you. We're going to come back to you. I'm going to jump over to Judy for a minute. Welcome back, Judy. Judy, what is your last name?
Tait.
Tait. Okay. My apologies.
T-A-I-T. Yeah.
T-A-I-T. No, that's okay. So, Judy, let's deep dive a little bit more. Like, tell us a bit more about yourself. Like yourself, and again, why do you think your story, why did you share your story? Why is it important? Like, who are you, and why was it important for you to share it?
Because I want to show women what's possible for themselves in their lives.
Okay, hold on. Us guys need it too. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm always so jealous that the empowerment to succeed is so amazing, right? I just kidding there, yeah. Right, but yeah. So yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's so weird because I can't see you. I can just see myself. So I just want to, and I have to really think about what I'm saying, because I think, well, first of all, I just want to say, like, I know men need the guidance as well, but it's really, really important for me. Oh, okay, that's better. Now I can see you. It's really, really important for me to connect with women and show them what's possible for themselves and for their lives. And it's important because I feel that women just kind of need that extra help motivation, encouragement, only because we can be so hard on ourselves, and we often don't see in ourselves what others see in us. So just letting women, or just showing women what's possible, helping them to believe in themselves, believe in their abilities, and just to gain that confidence. Also, it was important for me to share my story just because of my experience being a police officer for 25 years. It would really bother me to see women remaining in unhealthy situations, unhealthy relationships, because they feel that there's no other way. So they'll stay in like an abusive relationship because, say, their partner, whether it be a boyfriend's husband, whatever, their partner is the breadwinner, and they've got to take care of themselves and their kids. And it breaks my heart to see that, because it doesn't have to be that way, right? I believe that every woman should be able to take care of themselves and take care of their kids, regardless of whether they have a partner or not. If anything should happen to their partner, if they should go through, a breakup, a divorce, I believe that we should always be able to take care of ourselves and our children, because that's what my mom taught me, and that's what I taught my daughter. And the way to do that, even if you don't have, because women say, I have no skill, I can't do this, I can't go and get a job. We all have something, we all have a skill, we all have gifts, and you can create a business for yourself and create that life that you want for yourself and your children. So it was really important for me just to share my story. And my story started, like, it was kind of all over the place, but it really started from the age of 21 when I became a single mother. And, at the time,
21.
I was 21 years old. And, I became a single mother, and I had this little baby, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to give her everything that she wants? And just to sum it all up, I made sure that I got into a career that I actually wanted to do from the time I was 5. I had always wanted to be a police officer. So I made that happen. And at that moment, like, I knew that we were going to be okay. And with my career, from which taught me so many lessons, I was able to provide for myself and my daughter. And then, later on, when I missed an opportunity to get into the canine unit at my job, I decided that I was just going to start my own dog walking and pet sitting business. And that's how I got into business. And I turned that business into a 6-figure business within the first 3 years. And then I realized, like, I really want to teach everything that I've learned to other women. So that's how I became a business coach. And then I started doing public speaking. And then it's just kind of blown up from there. So I really wanted to share my story, just so women can see that it is possible. It's possible to be a single mother and have a career, to be a single mother and to start a business, and to just to business in general, regardless of, like, even if you're working. I wanted women to see that it's possible that you can, have a career and have a business on the side.
Wow.
So
what a great story. What a great inspiration. I want to jump in there for a sec, Judy. You just sparked something for me. So I tagged a friend of mine, Lester Bailey, who's in the US. So I encourage you guys, if you know anybody in the US, tag them, let them know that they can actually go to Amazon.com right now and buy a copy of the books to support the authors, the bestseller. And why I thought of that was Lester Bailey is a 30-year retired police officer from Chicago. Nice. He is actually a co-author. Henry is, one of the men who's in Land for Success. So I don't remember which volume, but Lester Bailey was actually one of the men who was a co-author in Empower Women to Succeed. And so he's protected 2 U.S. presidents. Can you imagine? Like, he's actually bodyguard for 2 U.S. presidents. You mentioned about motivational speaking. Some of you, I'm sure we all know, like Maya Angelou, right? He's bodyguard for Maya Angelou. He's bodyguard for some incredible individuals. But more importantly, he's a part of the Empower Women to Succeed family. He's in the U.S., so I just tagged him. Lester, please purchase a copy as a favor, purchase a copy today and share that with all your friends down in Chicago, Phoenix, I mean, everywhere, right? I've been fortunate, I mentioned earlier, you guys, with all the authors here, you can create collaborations with each other as well. You know, Lester and I just created a series called The 10 Keys to Success, the Wealth Formula, that we're marketing throughout India right now. So create is so amazing. For some of you who may be watching right now, you're thinking, how could I tell my story? How could I share my story? I don't know how to do that, but I want to be an author. If you're thinking of that, you know, talk to one of the authors here. Talk to Annie, talk to Randi, because I'm sure they have like other amazing series that are coming up, and they have an incredible live in-person book launch coming up in December as well. So I recommend you guys come out. If you're a friend of any of the authors, bring your families, you guys, right? And like, get an autographed copy. Get an autographed copy. Like the authors will have writer's cramp because there'll be so many people that are just wanting the picture taken with their authors and an autographed copy. But so if you guys are interested in becoming an author and want to collaborate with all these other amazing authors, please reach out to one of our authors and Annie as well. So the next part, I want to again keep it really informal. We have Nancy, who's here. We have Henry, and we have Doc. I'm just going to open this up right now, and let's keep it really informal. Who's the next person that would like to jump in and maybe share a little bit more about yourself and your chapter, your story in the book?
Well, I can go ahead if that's okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Nancy.
Just because I have to duck out in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because I have to go see a client. So, as I mentioned, my chapter is on changes, transitions, and leaps of faith. So, a little bit more about my background. I grew up in a small town and moved to the big city when I was 17. I worked in 5 different industries. I started out in manufacturing and then moved into food service. I worked in healthcare. I worked in the staffing and HR industry, and I currently work in the technology industry. I've been in the sales environment for about 25 years. And a lot of those changes came out of the blue, but a lot of them were chosen by me. One instance, I actually quit a job without having a job. I had no clue where my next paycheck was coming from. I lived on my own, and I just knew the job I was in just wasn't doing it for me. I wasn't happy. I needed to make more money, but the culture wasn't jiving with my personal lifestyle and what I wanted to create for myself. So I just literally jumped out in leaps of faith. There's an F word again. With no strings attached and hope for the best. And it was probably the most liberating thing I've ever done. What made it more ironic is at the time I lived with a lady, and what I didn't realize is that she was expecting a baby. So when I told her I quit my job, she wasn't exactly happy, because at that point she needed to tell me, oh, well, by the way, you need to move because I need your room for the baby that's coming. So now I have to find a job and a place to live at the same time. So my thought was, well, I currently currently have a place to live. I currently don't have a job. Let's focus on that first. So I put myself out there, and it was through a networking opportunity where I landed a position through a company that is a massive company within the HR world, and went on and made a great success of that. So, and then there's been other changes that have come out of left field, and some that I chosen that really were just, I just looked at everything that, you know what, this is another opportunity to learn and grow and expand, because that's what we're all here to do. And if my journey can help somebody others have the grit and determination and perseverance to go out there and grab life by the tail, then I'd love to be able to help them do that and support them along the way in their journey.
Wow, that's amazing. Nancy, thank you for sharing that. I know you have to run.
Yes.
So if there was a final thought that you could leave with some of the folks that are watching the replay, what would you say to them?
I would say, listen to your heart, trust your gut and your instincts, because somehow they always know what's right for you.
Wow. Say that again. That is so powerful.
Listen to your heart, trust your gut, and I forget the next part. Listen to your.
It's all right. We got to record it. I love that. Trust your gut,
your instinct.
Trust your instincts, because somehow they always know what's right for you.
Yeah, love that. Nancy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Randy, my heart goes out to you. You're the mastermind behind all of this, and thank you for bringing such a collaboration of wonderful people together. I would never have met any of you without Annie and Randy, so hats off to both of you. You are the masterminds behind all of this.
Thank you,
Nancy.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you,
Take care,
Annie.
everyone. Love you all.
Thank you, Nancy.
Bye for now.
I want to say thank you to Wendy Bear for watching from California as well. Wendy is actually a co-author with you guys in Empowering Women to Succeed as well. So she's also an author in one of the Empowering Succeed series. So Wendy, California, do you guys, Wendy knows everybody, you guys. I would reach out to her. Like, she has so many people she knows in the US. Wendy, if you could do us a favor, purchase a copy today, tell your friends about it. That would be absolutely amazing. Great. So we have, we're going to have a duel to see who's going to go next. Henry Lou or Cheryl?
Okay, if you don't mind.
One? Henry, okay.
Yeah. So F word, right?
Yeah.
So mine, I would say just French, because I'm a French speaking first before English. And I studied in France architecture. That's my background. I specialize in property, real estate development. And when I came to Canada, before I come, I had like over 100 employees and 30 staff doing construction and development. And coming here is like, as we say, new beginning, but basically is that how do we come to Canada as a new immigrant without taking a 9-to-5 job? That was the question. Because I was having a quite high pay, high earning, and what's the point of coming here and work for too little, let us put it that way. So I was asking myself, and I've been asking myself for the first year, how to do that. So I've been searching a lot, going to a lot of real estate meetings, paying a lot of costs to attend to these meetings too, and seeing how the North America is working on investment. So my goal was how to reach somewhere that I would be no need to work, but just an investment will bring me the income. So of course, when I came, I go to the bank, and my friend know which bank, and they say, what is your salary? Where are you working? What is your employment? What is your T5 or T4, whatever? So I had zero everywhere, zero score, whatever, because where I come from is not the score, is that who knows who, and the CEO of the bank will open the door for me. I just so easy, and they will send their private banker and deal done, right? So I had to create all this, and then basically my strategy, and which I applied, is investing in real estate first, and then I discovered private lending. So today I'm doing only these two: so real estate investment and private lending. And so real estate, we are doing like long-term rental, like normal multifamily, small ones. And we are doing short-term rental, which is for like Airbnb, vacation rental. Presently, right now, I'm in Nova Scotia, which is, I'm looking at the ocean, actually. Speaking to you, right?
Nice.
I was in Toronto.
So you're there now. You're in Nova Scotia now. Where are you in Nova Scotia?
And about 45 minutes outside Halifax on the eastern shore.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I love Bridgewater. I used to go down to Bridgewater every summer when I was a teenager.
Yeah, Bridgewater is nice. Lunenburg,
Lunenburg County.
Yes,
great memories.
Yeah. So here we have a bed and breakfast lodge, and we have 10 cabins, like cottages, and we are just expanding. We this year itself we bought. We came here in March, And 1 week after, we bought a piece of land next door, which is 2 times bigger, to double up the number of units. And right now, we're just closing on 2 more houses on the waterfront. The purpose is to welcome people to stay with us and enjoy the Nova Scotia and what it has to offer. But then we also do private lending. So private lending for us is really passive investment. I'm doing actually like over 7 figures. And we are just investing with flippers, so people who need money to flip a house.
Got it.
And we do financing for people who are just doing bridging loans. That means people who are selling a house and buying a new house. Sometimes they need the deposit money, or they need some kind of money to be able to do the deal. So we are just after the bank and helping them achieve their dreams. We also do investment with some developers we know, and buying land and developing the
Love
land.
it. So forget the bank. Just go talk to Henry Liu.
Yeah, basically that's
Right?
my everyday life, and it's quite
Amazing.
Interesting and amazing. Yeah, we have been blessed.
So amazing. So Henry, let me ask you this. So for the folks who are watching, if they buy a copy of the book today, they can grab a copy of Leaders with Impact on Amazon, and they send in the receipt. Can they get a special discount when they stay at your cabin?
Not a problem at all. We are welcoming everyone, and all of you, of Gophers and Gordon, of course. Thanks so much. You are all welcome at my place.
Maybe there should be a book launch, like a book retreat for the authors down in Nova Scotia with Henry.
I like the idea.
Yeah, we might put a book in each cabin and each place we have guests, so that they can see all of you, right?
That would be so amazing. Well, thank you, Henry. We're going to get back to you. I love real estate. I've been in the real estate mortgage industry for over 30 plus years, so I love everything you're talking about. Cheryl, let's come back to you, because Henry's talking about wealth. And someone once said to me, your health is your wealth, right? So it's so important to have both. There's people who have wealth, but they have no health. And there's people who have health and have no wealth. And you are so amazing at, teaching people how to have better health. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
No, absolutely. And thank you for asking. And Henry, thank you. I speak your language too in that arena. So I'd love to talk to you some more. So, right. You can have all the money in the world. And I'm sorry, there's fire testing here at the business office. So sorry about the background noise. So, so you can have all the money in the world. And if you don't have your health, you can't enjoy that. You can't utilize that for lifestyle. So I think the last few years, and I'd love to see your thumbs up, if you agree that, and if anything has shown us anything in the past few years, would you all agree that your health is like the most important thing? Would you all agree with that? Yeah, we have one body. We have one body. We have one set of eyes. We have one set of legs. We have, one organ, and in our bodies for each of the types of organs and systems that we have. So we've really got to take great care of our bodies. And, we don't recognize in everyday life the things that challenge us sometimes until our bodies break down or symptoms show up. And, it's kind of like your financial wealth. You got to plan for it. You've got to prepare for it. You need to be able to do things that fill and like if it was a bank account, as we understand bank accounts, we have bank accounts with our health. We have health accounts inside of our bodies, and we need to replenish those with good energy so that our bodies always stay healthy. So I believe our health is our wealth. But the other side of it too is you want to have a great lifestyle. You want the health and the wealth, but you can't get the wealth without the health. So that's my motto. And the other thing about it is sometimes, as individuals, we take our health for granted, not realizing it. And I was one of those people as a workaholic and being invincible, feeling invincible when I was younger. And then one day, you know, something can just happen and your life can change in a second. And that actually happened for me. And it really stopped me. And I really thought I was invincible. And at the young age of 30, life would have it.
What do you mean? I thought you were still 30.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you know, at the age of 30, actually, I don't know if you know this story, Gordon, but I was actually giving a keynote presentation to a group of health professionals. And as I'm done walking back to my exhibit, you know, doesn't my tongue freeze? Doesn't the cold sweats just run down my chest? And don't my knees like buckle from under me? And I am flat on the ground and everything's black. And at the age of 30 in the prime of your life, you know, imagine waking up days later from a coma and you don't even know you're in one. Like, does that not blow your mind?
It's incredible.
It just blows your mind. And, you know, blowing out an organ from exhaustion without recognizing that that's what's happening, and not one but two, that gets your attention, you know. And it redirected my focus to, you know, you need balance. And, you know, you can't drive your body like a machine and not recognize the harm that's happening. So, you know, those life lessons, you know, show up every day for me. Gord, you might be aware of this. Annie, I think you're aware of this. But, you know, does anyone here know how serious that exhaustion can be?
So what exhaustion?
Does everyone know how serious exhausting or an organ or your body can be?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, people can have heart attacks. They can have so many things happen. But I'll show you here, if you don't mind. I wear a medical device that keeps me alive 24/7. And that's a result of not recognizing what the body needs as it needs it. So it's one of those things that teaches me how to embrace the best of traditional medicine and the best of preventive medicine, and to give myself an integrative approach to living vibrantly well and not miss a beat. So my health has been a teacher, and it teaches me life lessons. And speaking of, you know, great offerings, Gord, you were just talking to Henry about, you know, if someone's going to come to an Airbnb, is there a special? Can I share a special here?
Yeah, sure. Right.
Well, I'm inviting, you know, this is Global Diabetes Month, November, all around the world. And so Global Diabetes Day is Monday, November the 14th. So I'm having my team and I share free education with a free masterclass on Monday, and throughout the month of November, offering free tips and strategies for the whole month. So if anybody wants free information and wants to join us for a free masterclass, we're also going to gift those who registered this week a copy of that free of that book, free for the first 10 people. So lots of free stuff. So, you know, if people want to come to Holistic Diabetes Solutions, you can see it here in the back, or when they buy the book and they want to show their receipt, they'll get an additional free gift from us here at Holistic Diabetes Solutions to help support your best health.
Absolutely. Well, that's amazing, Cheryl. What I love about you know, all the authors here is they all have a special set of skills or talent or superpower that they can bring together. And I know, you know, both Annie and Randi have created this platform where your stories are important. This can inspire a lot of people. But if you're watching, I've also seen people buy a copy of the book and then actually reach out to some of the authors individually. So if you want to reach out to Cheryl and learn more about what she does, what she's doing, by all means, you know, please do that. Because, you know, Annie, would you agree, maybe you could share with some of the folks that may be watching, like, why would someone even want to share their story in the book? Because what I was told, some people, that's all they want to do is just share their story, nothing else. That's their passion. And then some people want to leverage their book as a tool to build their business. And could you, in 60 seconds or 2 minutes max, talk about that, and then we'll jump to Judy. Would that be okay?
Absolutely. And thank you for asking, Gordon. So you are also in the book publishing business. In fact, what some people might not know, you and Randi created Empowering Women to Succeed. I merely, took an already warm seat, and thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you,
Annie. You're amazing, and you know that. And I love the collaborations that we are all doing together and making a difference in the world. But why would anyone want to write? And I think that's a very valid question. And it's, if I can just speak from my perspective first, as a multi-author, I believe 7 books are out there under my name. But then I also will be adding to it as the co-publisher of Empowering Women to Succeed. What was very, very interesting that I was already extremely successful as the financial doctor. And it was actually my clients who dubbed me the financial doctor back in 2018. And I was nominated for so many different awards, including the Toronto Waterfront Awards in the business category. And one day, the idea just came to me. There's so much that I have to share that the people don't know, because there's so much information, and not just about the finance, but more about the mindset, if anything else, that can actually help with everything else, that can help put your health on the track, that can help put your wealth on the track, and everything else, relationships, whatever we heard from our authors, right? And exactly the same day, I was actually speaking at the Wealth Summit, which is also one of Randi's event. In fact, I believe Cheryl and I were literally beside each other with our booths. And that's when someone approached me like, you know what, your story is so powerful. You really should be writing a chapter or a book. And I said, yeah, I was actually thinking about it today. So my first instinct was, okay, how can I really spread the message in a more efficient and effective way so that it can reach masses, as opposed to just me being the one person in one location talking and educating people? Like, how can we be more efficient about this and spreading, positive mindset, positive vibrations and good out there so that people can take action and create the life that they deserve. But then, interesting enough, once the book came out, not only has it inspired and motivated people, which was actually my first and foremost goal, but they started reaching out to me, because believe it or not, it's very interesting. I'm coming from Europe. You can hear from the accent, I wasn't born here. And here in North America, what I find interesting is that as soon as you are able to put beside your name, you're an author, let alone an international bestseller, you suddenly gain prominency. People now really want to hear what you have to say, not because your message has changed, but because the perception is that because now you have this title, you are an authority in your field. And what I personally prefer about Empowering Women to Succeed amongst anything else that I participated in, to be honest, that we really focus on inviting authors in our book who are already in their field, authorities. So basically, we are not just creating a perception, but we are just emphasizing and amplifying them and their message so that the masses can really hear them. And what it does then to their business, you know what? Kudos to everybody, because you deserve it. You deserved it before, and you deserve it even more because you created so much good for others. So specifically for Empowering Women to Succeed, our authors have the privilege to also work with an award-winning PR person, because they are our authors and because it's part of our package, so that they can amplify their business as well. Because we believe that you're giving, you should be getting. So that's my 2 cents. And I believe I went over your 2-minute mark, but sorry.
Well, that was amazing. Does anybody want to add to, Judy, do you want to add to maybe what Annie just said at all about the benefits of being an author?
Well, yeah, but first I want to say how much I just love Annie. Like, I just think, I think she's amazing, and everything that you're doing. I'm just, I really just admire you and respect you for your passion for who you are and for making things like this possible. My platform is to give women, basically to give women an opportunity to speak, but you're doing the same thing. And I think that's why, we jive so well and get along so well because you're doing it on a greater scale. So thank you so much for being you. Yes. And for the benefits of being an author, I really believe that it's like a big business card. And as was mentioned before, like there's so many, you can use it for so many different reasons, like to boost your business, just to get your name out there, to give you that credibility. It's nice even just to put it in your email signature, because as Annie said, like it just gives you that, I think prominence was the word that you used. And it makes people see you in like a different light. I don't want to say like a higher light, but just in a different light. And as I mentioned, like the credibility piece. And that's really, really important when you're out there and you're trying to really connect with your niche audience. People want to see like who you are, what you've accomplished, and what you're about. And if you have a book where people can actually read your story, that's even better. It's even better than just like a simple bio that they might see somewhere. Yeah. They can actually see your story and really connect with you on that personal level. So I think it's really important to do it at least once. This is the second book project that I've done, but I think it's something that everyone should do at least once.
Well, it's great to see you back in the third one too.
Sorry, it's great to see you back. What?
It's going to be great to see you back in the third book.
Oh, okay. I'll see you there.
But you're so right, Judy. Somebody could, you are an amazing business coach, let's say. So someone's going, hey, please welcome to the stage, right? Business coach Judy Tait. Now they can say, hey, please help me to welcome to the stage. She's a top sought after business coach and a #1 international best-selling author. Help me welcome to the stage. Put your heads together, Judy Tait. Doesn't that sound way better?
Yay, I love it.
Hey, right?
Yeah, it's good. I love
Cheryl, it. How many books have you been a bestseller with?
I have 8 international best-selling books and an additional 6 best-selling books, a Quilly, and 2 global author books.
You have a library.
I have a library. So there's a few. I think this is 15 maybe at this point. Yeah.
That's absolutely.
And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have amazing publishers. And just to add what was just being said, you know what? I think that books give people an opportunity, and what it does for me, it gives me an opportunity to be uncensored, to speak from the heart, and allow people to hear things in a way that they might not if they weren't taking the time to read it, so that they can be with it in their own way. So it's really about inspiring and allowing people to hear things uncensored from the heart. So that's what's important to me, because the impact for other people, that's when it impacts other people, when it's
okay. So hold on for a minute. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. First, somebody talked about F words on here. Now you're talking about uncensored. Well, what do you mean by uncensored?
What I mean, like if you, sometimes when other things are being written for you, or you're part of the thing and you have a specific question that you're being asked that you're answering, sometimes then not all of the information that you want to put into context is included. So it's a piece of something. And when you're writing, you have an opportunity to give an analogy and to give, for instance, and to express yourself so that how you want your message to be shared is actually delivered in the way that you'd like, so that it can resonate the way that, it has that added value. So it's not like just a question or 2 questions or something fielded. It's an actual ability to be self-expressed and to be heard in the way that you want it to be delivered. So that's what I love about it, because then it's in its complete context. Would anyone agree?
Love it.
Absolutely.
Love it. I want to just acknowledge Louise. He asked, is it volume 2? No, it's volume number.
So it is number 7 at this point.
Oh, number 7, sorry.
Number 7. But I'm glad that you brought up volume 8, because we are already working on the continuance of Legacy, which was last year, and that's going to be Perseverance. And we are also working on the volume 2 of this type of hardcover coffee table book, where we are showcasing leaders. And this is untitled yet, but again, continuance of this theme of really featuring leaders. And we are hoping to launch that next year as well.
Love it. So for Louise, volume 7, and congratulations on volume 8 coming up. Anybody who wants to be a bestseller in volume 8, please reach out to Annie. Thank you, Chief Lester Bailey, who's also a author in Land for Success. He's here right now. 30 plus years, retired police officer, and he's actually now I'll see all those likes from Chief Bailey out of Phoenix, Arizona. Now, Chief Bailey is the VP of Empowerment for Dirt Merchant Films, which is a massive organization around the world now. So Chief Bailey, please share, and have all your friends in the US. What's better than one Bailey?
2 Baileys.
2 Baileys, right? Please tell all the Baileys in the US to go buy a copy of I'm so used to saying another book's name, right? But it's Leadership.
Leaders with Impact.
Leaders with Impact. Sorry, Leaders with Impact, and empowering women to succeed. Well, we're almost at the end of our hour here. So what I would love to do, if that's okay with each and every one of you, to take 1 or 2 minutes to your final words, like your final words for somebody who's watching, whether it's about your story, the book. Why should they go and buy a copy of the book on Amazon today? So why don't we start with, since he's living a life of luxury in Nova Scotia right now, let's start with Mr. Henry Liu.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank Gordon, Randi, Annie, and all the team so much for having us and organizing all the efforts for being number 1, right? Best-selling. I was just saying before that I featured in over 100 articles, magazines, interviews, TV shows, but I never featured in Canada. That's why I had to be in a book here. And that's why I chose your book. Because,
congratulations. There's always a first, right?
Thank you. Because when coming to Canada, no one knows you, right? You can be the brightest person outside, but no one knows you here in the territory. So that's why I chose to be part of the team. And I'm blessed to have been accepted in the book and to participate. And for all those new immigrants, if you have any doubts about coming to Canada, no question. Just come, and there's so much opportunities to do here and to grow. And I'm sure your family will be safe here and have a bright future. And for all the co-authors, I wish you all the best. I have been looking at whatever your career, and really it's inspiring. Not only to women. Why only women? We're inspiring to all men and women around. So you are all doing a great work, and I congratulate you for that. Yeah, I look forward meeting you maybe on the 6th December for the in presence launch in Vaughan in Toronto. So maybe I hope to be there. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Liu. So all right, Cheryl, we'll go to Cheryl, Judy, and then we're going to let Annie wrap up. Okay, Cheryl, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I think it's a great book for people to get because you have over 16 authors that are coming from completely different backgrounds, completely different life experiences, who are actually pouring their hearts into the book and being real with real life. And if someone wants to be inspired, if someone wants to be motivated, if someone wants to give a gift to someone who already has everything, this is the perfect gift to give because it is a cross-section of 16 people who are kicking butt in the world and making impact in life and in other people's lives.
Love it. What do you give somebody who's got everything?
Book.
A book.
Yeah.
An impact book.
Leadership with impact. Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Judy.
Okay, I think everyone should go out and buy this book because number one, I think it's important to support small businesses and small business owners. And also because the stories in this book, like I was just so impressed by the caliber of women in this book. And if you're looking for motivation, inspiration, read this book and, read all our stories and find who you most identify with. You just never know. I tell people it's really, really important to share your story because we all have a gift to share and you just don't know who you're going to help. So you don't know what's going to happen. If you read someone's story, it could really motivate you and inspire you to start that next business or get out of a rut. So it's really, really important that I think everyone picks up the book. If you don't want to read it, buy the book to gift someone. Christmas is coming up, so buy a whole stack of them and give it to someone who it'll help.
Okay, then let me add my 2 cents while Gordon is finding us again. Oh, there's Randi. Hey, how are you, girlfriend? Okay, so now we have the birth mother of the series on the line as well. So why anyone should be picking up this book? And I think everyone said already everything that we wanted to say, because there are amazing leaders who are everyday heroes who are part of this compilation. People who actually went through adversities, but they also learned from it. They pivoted and they basically have grown, and they're sharing their journey so that those who are reading the stories, they don't have to go the long scenic way to find their ways, but they already have the blueprint where someone else is able to guide them and show them that it's possible. They can overcome whatever it might be, and they can come out as winners. Huge inspiration, huge motivation, and we want to create a tsunami of good out there, good vibrations, positive attitude, positive mindset. And we believe that everyone deserves to win. So please pick up a book and change your life by reading the stories and by changing your life with the motivation and inspiration that these stories are giving to you.
Couldn't have said it any better. Okay. Good night. That's awesome, everybody. Thank you, Gordon and Annie, for hosting this. I thought you guys were doing it in the afternoon, and I couldn't come on earlier, so I apologize. So, thank you, Henry and Judy and Cheryl and Gordon. I didn't see everybody else who was on earlier, but thank you guys for being on, and thank you to everybody who's been supporting. Thank you, Gordon, for doing this. This is awesome. So how have you been enjoying this? I'm like hearing, because I was sitting in the backstage waiting to come on and listening to you guys, and it's just phenomenal. Like, we're so honored to have you in the book, Henry and Judy and Cheryl and everybody else. Annie, it's just such an honor to be able to share this experience with you guys, and so grateful that you guys are opening up yourselves to share with the world your stories and experiences you've had in your life and how you've gotten through them, and where's that happy and successful place that you are today. People don't realize that they're not the only ones experiencing things in life. We all have experiences, and even though we might look wonderful and happy on the outside, there's things that we've experienced in our lives that affect us. And I think people need to know that they're not alone, and that there's hope, and that they can have the life that they deserve and desire. And being able to read the stories that you guys share, they get grounded. They realize they're not alone. They have people they can reach out to. They have a support network. They have somebody that they can discuss things with, and learn how to move past if they haven't found their own way. And there is a way. There's different ways that resonate with everybody. And it's just finding that way that works for you. And sharing these stories is helping you to get in that direction, but also to share with you that it's not just about us. It's also about giving back. It's about